to my channel. In this video I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to teach you how to knit. So what I'm holding here, these are my knits. These are the regular ones and these are the circular ones that you use when you want to do like a bigger project. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to cast on, how to do a slip knot, how to purl, how to knit, and how to straighten your edges and how to finish your work. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know that's useful is how to do a slip knot. So take your yarn, wrap it on your finger. On one side it will give you an X, on the other one it will give you 2 lines. So now you're going to take your knit, put it under there, then it will be on top of this one. Then what you're going to do is just going to push this top one, push it backwards like this, then release everything, and that is a slip knot. Okay, so now that you know how to do to do a slip stitch, slip knot, I'm going to show you how to cast on. So it's easy. You're going to take your yarn, wrap it on this finger, right? So now what you're going to do, you're going to take your knit, insert it into that loop, then release that loop, and that's all. So insert your knit in that loop and release that loop. Insert your knit into that loop and release that loop. So that's 4. Then we do like 6. Insert your hook into that loop and release. Right, I want my thing to be small so that we don't waste. Okay, so now to begin, I'll show you how to knit and how to purl. So to begin, if you put your knit into that loop like this, we call it knitting. If you put your knit from this side, we call it purling. Right, so just putting your knit from this side or from this side, it will give you a different pattern or a different look. Okay, so to begin, I'll show you how to knit. Insert your hook in there, right? So then your knits are going to form an X. Then you're going to take this yarn and you're going to wrap it on this one. So wrap it like that. Then now this one that you have wrapped, this one, you're going to try to like pull it through so that it comes the other way. So to do that, you're going to pull it through like that. So when you do that, you're going to release this part. So release that part from your knit like that. Do it again. So insert your knit in there like that, and you're going to take your yarn and you're going to wrap around that knit, right? And this one that you have wrapped, you're going to try to get it to this side, so it's going to pass through like that. Then once you do that, you release this one. So you're going to poke. Okay, so poke it or jab it, then wrap your yarn on that knit, and you're going to watch what I'm kind of like moving my knit slowly to the back, and when it's close to this knit, I'm just going to like push it underneath and it comes out with that yarn, and you release that loop. So do it again. I'm going to jab or poke or insert your knitwise, wrap and scoop this knit underneath this one, coming out with this, then release. Okay, so then we knit the last one. Okay, so that is what we call knitting. Right, so now in the next stitch I'm going to show you how you straighten edges. So to straighten edges, you take your yarn, you put it on this side like this. Now you insert your hook from this side. Remember, we're inserting like this, but now we're inserting like this. So you insert you jab from this side, right? Then you release that stitch like that. So now if we were knitting, we would put this yarn in between these two so that it comes this side. but now we want to purl, so it's at the right side. It should be this side. So to purl, you insert your hook from that side. So now we're going to take our yarn, this one, and we're going to wrap it on our knit like this, right? So instead of scooping out, now we are pushing it down. So you're going to push your knit down. So you're going to push it down, and it must pass through this loop. So you scoop, pushing it down, and it comes the other side like that. Then you release your knit, your stitch. We'll do it again. You jab, you wrap from this side like this, and you're going to push your knit down, but it's passing through this loop. So push it, and it comes this way. Then you release, just like that. So that is what we call purling. So jab, wrap, push it down, and release. So jab, wrap it, push it down, and release it. Okay, so now we've gotten to the last part. So in order for our edges to be straight all the time, we need to knit them. So the last stitch you knit it, and the first stitch you slip it. So now to knit, my yarn has to be that other side. So I'm going to put my yarn in between the stitches like that, and I'm going to knit. And remember, to knit, you poke from the side, then you wrap your yarn, and you scoop it out like this and release, and that will give us straight edges, right? So when you purl, it will give you these V's, and that is the knit stitch. That it will give you this V's, but when you knit, it will give you this like S's here. This, yeah. So now, so the side where it looks like together they're called it's called the Scotch stitch. So the sides where you've got the V's, you're going to knit, and the side where you have the S's or the purl, you're going to purl. Okay, so remember the first stitch. To make our edges straight, you insert your hook, your knit like this, you take your yarn, you put it on this side, and you're going to release that stitch, right? Now because we are knitting, we need our yarn to be on this other side, so I'm going to put it in between, this yarn, I'm going to put it in between our knits so that it comes to the right side like that. So to knit, I'm going to insert my knit like this, wrap, scoop it out, and release, right? This is knitting. So jab, wrap it, and scoop it out, then release that loop. So you're going to jab, you're going to wrap it, then you're going to scoop it out, then you're going to release it. So you're going to jab it, you're going to wrap it, and you're going to scoop it out like this and release. Remember the last stitch, to make our edges straight, it has to be knit. So because this, so we knit it. Okay, right, so yeah, we're gonna go to the other side. Remember this side, now we're purling. So remember, to make our edges straight, we're going to insert our knit like this. We'll put our yarn like this, and we're going to release that knit, that loop. Now because we are purling, the yarn is at the right side, so we're going to insert our knit like this, purlwise. We're going to take our yarn, we're going to wrap it, we're going to push our knit down with our yarn, and it must go through that loop. So push it down so that it comes the other side, and we okay, so jab it, wrap it, push it down, passing through that loop, you saw that, and you release this one. Okay, remember the last stitch, because we want our edges to be straight, we need to knit it, so our yarn has to be that side. So we're going to take this yarn and put it this side like this. And now what we're going to do, we're going to knit the last stitch. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a couple of more stitches so that you guys can see how it looks when it's like bigger. Then I come back. Okay, so I've just unraveled my thing and I put some more stitches and I just knitted it and purled it, so that I was thinking maybe you guys are not seeing properly. So this is the side where we did the purling, and when I mean purling, when we put the stitch like this. And this is the side where we knit. It looks like this, where we put the stitch like this. Right, so now I'm going to show you how to finish it. So now there are many ways of finishing it, or finishing or ending, but I just want to carry on with the movements that we learned in this, what we learned. So to begin, we're still going to release our stitch, this one. Right, now we're going to put our knit to the right side. So now I'm going to take two stitches, so this one and this one. So I'm going to put my knit underneath two, like that. I'm going to wrap my yarn and I'm going to pull it through. Yeah, so now before I do that, I'm going to take this one and put it and slip it into the stitch. So, oh sorry, so just like this, so that I'm left with one stitch. So now this one stitch, I'm going to put it on this stitch, on the other stitch. And now I'm going to put my knit in two stitches. I'm going to wrap my yarn. I'm going to knit as normal, and I'm going to release that. Then I'm going to put this into this side. So I'm knitting two together. Like that. Then I release the two, then I put this stitch on this other knit, like that, because this is one way of ending. Want to stick to what I've just taught you, you can end it like this. I'll quickly show you another way to end, just in case you don't like this. So let me quickly do that. Unraveled it again, and I've knitted and purled it again, and I'm going to show you how to bind it off in another way. So I'm going to bind off at the knit side. So the first stitch, I'm obviously going to slip it as normal. Then I'm going to put my knit this normal side. Then I'm going to knit just one. Then I knit it like this. Then I'm going to slip this one into this one, like that. Then you, like that. I hope you saw what I did. Okay, so we're going to knit as normal, like that. And now we're going to put this slip on top of this one. Slip this one, like that. Now I'm gonna knit again. And now I'm going to slip this one, like that. Knit as normal. And I'm going to slip this one, Oh, sorry, what did I just do? Okay, so now I'm left with the last stitch. So often if we just knit it and we slip it, this one is going to be loose. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the stitch and put it this side like this. Then I'm going to go to my V1 2. So I'm going to take this one and I also put it on my knit like that. Then I'll put it in this stitch. There you go, like this. So now I'm gonna knit as normal. Oh. Knit as normal and release. And now I'm gonna put this one into this one like that, and your last stitch will be tight. Then okay, so the last stitch, so you're going to have some yarn that's hanging off. Right, so I'm going to simply put this yarn into this loop, and I pull. That's all that you need to do. So you bind off. Those are the two ways. With the other method, you need the first one, you don't need to worry about the last stitch being tight. Okay, so that's what you do. Now, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to more videos to do with knitting and crocheting. Thank you so much, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.